Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. We we just recently, actually not recent, by the time you're seeing this video, it's you probably heard about it for more than a week or so. If not, the news is that we're not gonna get Theros Beyond Death draft for the entire season. It's going to alternate. Basically, it was the setup before Eldraine. And the reason they gave was that having both this setup caused a significant decrease to both of them, and I have a feeling it's also because it led people to finish their collections a lot faster. That's probably another thing, and also, though I do think it probably would not be so bad if it weren't for the boogeyman that was Merfolk's Secret Keeper. That said, I'm going to make the most out of ranked draft. I also got the token for a traditional draft, so I'll probably do one of those also. But until then, let's make the most out of this, because I still love limited more than constructed. So starting off, okay, as much as I want to take the rare, we have best removal and final death. That said, we do have an interesting chance of just taking the Eroa's Blessing. Being that this one is the only red card we might be able to get into red. The green maybe not so much, but we could go into, say, red. What would we go into if we took the red? My mind says take the final death. This is literally the best removal, but okay, I'm gonna live. Okay, kids, don't try this at home. Also note that there's also one with the stars. This is also in turn a good piece of removal as well. So we got 3 good pieces of removal. That said, which one should I take? I want to take a gamble and see if I can game the system, especially knowing how the bots kind of pick. So let's see if I can force ourselves into a red lane. And that said, we do have a second Eroa's Blessing. There's also Triumph of Anax, but that's not much. We have a Mars Grasp. I'm gonna manipulate it by skipping black altogether. Besides, it's not like we're gonna be playing against these decks. So let's look for good decks that we can build up. So we need to look for very aggressive cards. So a Grove Dancer would be okay, but I want to take the Rage Hound in this case. So let's try to take as many big or potentially big creatures. Third Blessing, not so much. Hero of the Winds, this one's a possibility. There's also Nylea's Huntmaster. This one's also a big creature. So this one wants us to get Devotion to Green, which shouldn't be that hard. Okay, so we've been taking common so far, so not a great sign. This one's also an interesting one. Basically, if you watch some of my previous videos, I ran into a deck that ran a few copies of this and just had a lot of board stall. Depending on the deck you have, you might not be able to beat it. So that said, I want to also be in the lookout for instants, so maybe like hope to return to Nature Wheel. So we're gonna take the Arena Trickster. There's a Blood Aspirant, that's a good pick. Aspect's probably the worst version of Eroa's Blessing. Incendiary Oracles, kind of so-so. Now the Blood Aspirant, sacrifice, whenever you sacrifice a permanent, so the Omens would be very good picks here. Let's give this one a try. A Stampede Rider at the beginning. If you control a creature at power 4 or greater, I guess it's worth it. Again, this is pretty much the only uncommon I picked so far. We're on the wheel around, so none of these cards are great. I don't want it. I already want the Eroa's Blessings. I don't want to take anything else. I can take the Relentless Pursuit. Really bad card. I'll just take the Relentless Pursuit, see how it goes, but it's really bad. I'm surprised the Nexus Warden's wheeled, but I'll take it. So let's see, Trill, Portent. None of these are great. I'll take the Trill because we do have a possible combo with them. So it looks like green-red is underdrafted. I'll take the Hero. We might be able to get into some white action here. Aspect, I'm not too happy with it, but it's possible. Okay, so we at least got a good rare Arasta. Renata's also decent. Not much in red this time, so we'll take the rare, at least just to get some. It's probably not the best rare. I would rather have the pig in this case. So I do want to take the petitioner. Well, Moss Viper is not bad either. This one's just a simple one that gums up the ground. I'll take the petitioner. I definitely want to take one of these 2 green cards also. So the Nyx Herald, it buffs an enchanted creature. So even with our lack of enchantment creatures, putting on Eros' Blessing would help trigger it. There's the Destiny Spinner, which is also quite good. I think I'll take the Herald first. And probably pay for that mistake. Okay, we got the hero of the games. That's a good pick as well. We want to see at least the Gift of Strength come back. I'm also surprised that black is coming in droves. Also quite a lot of blue as well. So, and I did not expect to see a waiting for server. Okay, time to check my internet. Still fine. I have no idea what happened there. Really want to take the Chainweb Arachneer. Do note that Skophos Maze Warden, it's kind of okay, but I think the Arachneer is the better pick. Okay, things are getting weird in the server right now, so we do want a big 6 drop, but I'll kind of want to go early aggro, so take the Grove Dancer. Do I want another aspirant? Aspirant is something that you spray out. We have one hero of the game, so Gift of Strength and actually the 2 blessings could work at it. Also note that this one's interesting in the sense that if the blessing is not doing anything, I can just sack an enchantment, so I can just sack the blessing. Traveler's Amulet also works in combination with that. Let's see, it's an uncommon. It's worth an experiment at least. So Irreverent Revelers, there could be some artifacts we need to take out. We'll take that one. Mirror Shield. This one's another sacrifice engine, but it's not good. It's actually quite poor. The Mirror Shield at least guarantees that some of our creatures stay alive. You know what? I'll take at least one. Let's give it a shot. Probably gonna get cut very quickly. Nyxborn Brute, very large 7-tree. Soul Guide Lantern. That's. Hold on. What are the spells that we can cast on our opponent's turn? We only have one Arena Trickster, so probably not gonna get much use out of that. Do I want another Trail of Possibility? Well, the Trail of Possibility helps us activate Chainweb Arachneer. It also helps us with what's Underworld Ragehound, so we can get some extra use out of it. But I do need some gas. I will take the next one, dudes. We do need a 7-tree. I'll take the Traveler's Amulet now that I have 2 aspirants. Stinging Lionfish, Satyr's Cunning. Also another escape spell. It's actually the worst one in the list. Let's see if we end up running that or not. Don't want to run into a Starlit Mantle, Temple Thieves. Okay, we got ourselves a Shadow Spear. This one's pretty much always good. Kind of want to get the Colossus or the Nexus Wardens, but we do need I do want the Shadow Spear. Another Trickster's not bad. Nexus Wardens, we need to check how many actual enchantments we have. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So not that many. I might want to prioritize the Trickster more. Warbriar Blessing, actually, probably should just take this one instead. This is removal. We're actually quite short on remove. Well, not quite short, but not as much removal as I actually want. Wolf Willow Haven. This helps us accelerate. It's also an enchantment. But Voracious Typhon, nice and big. 4/4. Got the interesting trigger with our Devotion. Also another Hunt Master. I'm gonna take the Typhon first because I said we needed big creatures. I do also want an excuse to cut the Brute, I guess. Maze Warden by itself's not great. It's then again it's a 3/4/4/4. We'll take one, but I'm not happy with it. Okay, I do okay, there's also the option of Loathsome Chimera. Note also that we're building this red-green deck without Furious Rise as the payoff, so we're gonna have to actually win combat here. Now, do I want yet another escape creature, or do we have enough? Actually, we need to check how many of these guys we actually want to keep, because we are kind of overloaded right now. Like Petitioner is not the strongest one, so that's a life gain. Nexus Wardens is actually always good. The Mirror Shield's probably gonna get cut. That's always a very easy cut. That's why I'm not very happy with that. I probably want to take the Gift of Strength because we do want at least another instant. Okay, Bird. I guess I can take another Rage Hound. I'm actually not liking the Relentless Pursuit, so I'm gonna cut that. So Hero. We have to take Nylea's Forerunner. We always could use the gas. Then Nyxborn Colossus. I said we could use the gas. This is probably it. I don't like using Elysian Caryatid as the payoff one because we don't really have that by the time we get to our 4x creatures, we don't really need this to tap for 2 mana. So I'd probably want to take that. I guess I can cut the Brute at this point. Now I guess... Give me a sec. Gesundheit. Sorry about that. Now... Okay, Stampede Rider looks like one of the weaker cuts. We actually need to make cuts on the on this higher end here. So cut this scope off. Yes, because this we want to focus more on our 2 and 3 mana. We don't want to have too many 4 mana stuff. So I guess Nexus Wardens. We could have another Traveler's Amulet. Actually, because even if we just sacrifice something else, we at least get to pump this guy, so it's still worth something. But now, how many art enchantments do we have? So we have 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I guess Nexus Wardens is... Also, I don't see myself running more than one of these. Another Arena Trickster, so we probably should make adjustments here. Don't like any of these. Actually, even the Irreverent Revelers... kind of questionable. Well, nothing... 2/2 with haste can... In fact, I might want to just cut the Rage Hounds instead. We're gonna have to make several key decisions here. This one's not gonna be easy. So we need to decide what kind of deck we actually are. My concern is really the 4 mana slot. If I want to make cuts, it's really gonna have to be there. Also, do I want to focus on green or on red? If I want to focus on green, it's easy. I just cut these 2 Rage Hounds. Add the Petitioner back in. Arena Trickster is not bad. Yeah, these are not so bad. So now we have... So let's check our instance. So it's literally just Gift of Strength. We don't really have anything with Flash here. So we're actually really shy on tricks. So the Arena Trickster is probably... As good as Arena Trickster is, that's probably the first one to go. So we've balanced it out a little bit more. I guess I can now cut the Trill of Possibility at this point. So 17 and 6, so we're literally just We're literally just Gruul aggro. We got some Constellation triggers. We got some Devotion triggers. We started out leaning towards red, but we ended up cutting into green. Actually, that's not too bad per se. We can make some changes along the way, but otherwise, let's see how we do on this one. So in terms of removal, we literally have okay. The two blood aspirants are very good at taking out X1s or messing with combat mat in general. So I'm gonna keep this one because we got turn 1 Arachnir, turn 3 Revelers. We could aim for a blessing at 4. Now most of the time this is gonna literally just be 2/2 haste. I don't know how many. This is an enchantment set, so destroying artifacts might not be that relevant. That said, nothing wrong with having a Manic Vandal. And Manic Vandal, where you get to choose something else when nothing's relevant, it's always fine. So, okay. Our opponent's playing cast spells on our opponent's turn, so I'm gonna give our opponent the option to trade. Then Eros' Blessing is gonna probably take out whatever their good tree drop is. You can also just pump it on the Chain Webbed Arachnir to really annoy our opponent. Opponent's making some quick... Opponents need to make a decision what to do at this point. Opponent's decision is... No, it's not really nothing because they... Oh! That's it, okay. I got some bad news for our opponent. Okay, this is good. Oh, and it hurt. I like the idea of Impending Doom. It's just that there is enough removal, so to speak. So next turn we can just dump our entire hand. We used up our... So Thassa's Oracle... Okay, sure. It doesn't have Flash, so... It's not too bad. Okay, guys, also Forerunner, so... We probably should just lead off on this. Especially since our opponent's not on 3 mana, so... For those remembering, 3 mana is the magic number for counter spells. Doesn't mean our opponent doesn't have an effect. Started Mantle, sure, probably will block their Reverend Revelers, which is fine. Because next turn the plan is just to dump this one. Opponent could still have a big creature, which is annoying but not... Okay, Deepstalker, Manticore. We can crash through this one. I also kind of want to try to fill up the graveyard as much as possible. So... If just to get Chain Web Arachnir up again. Yeah, that helps me more. Opponent's really thinking this through. Yeah. So... Best bet is just to drop a creature. Basic thinking is if our opponent cannot come up with another blocker, which is very strange, he should be able to come up with another blocker at this point. Heroes or in Eros' Blessing. He's doing the math. If I just need green mana to escape, that's pretty much the only caveat here. So we're literally stuck at this juncture, but it's not impossible. So I should check my mana base again. Also note that Aspirant hits any target, so there is that. Opponent cannot exactly swing. That's our kind of saving grace for now. Opponent has a big decision to make, considering they have more gas than I do. Goes for the Storm Herald. Gets Impending Doom. The thing is, so the aura gets exiled. I just take a big hit. That's fine. I'll take the big hit. The reason I take the hit now is because if our opponent doesn't produce another blocker, Gift of Strength buys us out. Okay, we got Nylea's Huntmaster. So now that makes Nexus Wardens lethal. Actually, that makes either of my creatures lethal. Our opponent will need to have... has something. I will swing with both. He probably has something as his last card, but I have to pull the trigger. Any case, I can... It could just be the Flash Gull, which is kind of... Final Flare, sacks... Okay, sacrifices the aura. Still needing one more green mana. Still needing one more green mana. I don't dare swing with this one at this point. So this is kind of annoying already. We're literally just stymied by the lack of mana. Yeah, I could have used the Final Flare. I don't remember seeing any. So... There's a Blood Aspirant. Oh, take note, this is only to target creatures, so... Yeah, we don't hit any target with this. It's only a sacrifice effects, that's also the annoying part. So I'm literally taking damage like a good boy until I can hit our opponent. Mirror Shield gives hexproof, so we need another way around it. We don't have death touch, so at least that's not a problem. If I'm forced to trade, I'll probably be just Huntmaster for... I'm not liking having two of these and no real targets for it. That said, I can block with one Aspirant to... If our opponent swings, I can block with one Aspirant to take... Jump block at... Okay, opponent's not biting. The double green! Double green. Yeah, there's actually enough double green that I'm going to have to reshuffle our... If our opponent doesn't move the Mirror Shield... Okay. Finally hit the double green. Which means we do our... Hold on, because... I can start with the 4-4 then go for the 7-7. No, I still have to be aware of like Aspect of Mongoose. So no, Aspect of Mongoose or Aspect of Manticore. Either case, I want to have at least 4 mana up. So return. So he bounces the star. So we're not exactly targeting anything, but then again, we're not really gonna target anything at this point. Powering Wave Mystic. Let's see if I can force our opponent to tie up their mana. Okay, Gift of Strength. I'm gonna swing with these two first. Let's see if our opponent has any funny business. Okay, block. Sure. Next to damage. Is he literally just gonna wait? Because I'm really curious about what this infuriate. So that makes it a +3/+2, so it's still a trade. Makes it a 4/5. Hexproof does not. So we lose. Yeah, sure. Okay, we lose all those lands, which is not too bad, all things considered. No, we might have a way to. Yeah, our opponent can. Yeah, opponent conceded at this point. He knows we're gonna just escape one of these guys. Yeah, he figured I was gonna just sack the blood, sack to take this one out. Yeah, and that's quick game. Also finding out that the cards you milled are that you milled out all the good cards. That the mill that you did was actually beneficial for your opponent. Yeah, that will wreck your spirits. So yeah, first game's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Let's see if we can keep this one going. So turn 1 Shadow Spear, turn 2 Aspirant, and we can equip it and have or Gift of Strength. So I really would prefer to have 3 mana, but I'm kind of willing to take the risk on this one. Especially, also note that the color choice of your avatar carries over. It's no longer that fixed. Oh, I forgot to check my mana. We really need to account for the double green. Okay, thankfully, Aspirant. So at the very least, we get a 2/2 trample lifelink, unless our opponent Temple Thief. And it's 2 mana to equip. Can't be blocked by enchanted creatures or enchantment creatures. You know what? I'm just gonna pass. Here's what our opponent's gonna do. If he tries to kill it first, I guess I can ping. Also, it really depends. This is essentially Mars Blessing mana. Nope. Caliphate, Beloved. Okay. Oh, opponent actually did swing. Okay, that said, our lack of green mana is going to be the one to kill us. Thankfully, this one only just gets some bigger power-wise, so the toughness, as long as we can hit toughness is equal to 3, that shouldn't be a problem. Erosis Blessing, well, this one is spells your opponent's cast, but not abilities. So Erosis Blessing will dodge Caliphate. Opponent has their own Shadow Spear. So I guess we're trading damage. Sure. I think, yes. Our opponent activated the wrong trigger. Okay, that's fair. Take the hit for now. Let's see if we can hit... Nope, we're still missing out on mana. It's quite annoying. They're just mocking me in my on my hand right now. So I definitely will check my mana mix next time. Opponents. Gosh, at least I get Nexus Wardens. It can kind of hold the... Okay, memory drain. So at least that gets countered, not this. So that's fine. Not liking that our opponent likes what they have on top. So it's now literally a game of who can stick the better creature. Towering Wave Mystic. Okay. This is also counter magic memory drain mana, but I have no choice. I have to force a trigger. Counter this, please. Or not. That'll be fine. Oh. Again, it's an ability, so yeah, I kind of get an artificial boost to that. Opponent can still defend with it with a Starlit Mantle. At least I got this to 3/3. Also tells us... Okay, so not optimal, but... Let's see, what does our opponent have? A Flash Flyer? Passes Intervention. Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to counter that, I suppose. Tassa's Intervention, at least X equals 2. Ooh! Well, I guess if you have Escape, that... Yes, you forgot. I've been literally stuck on mana for the longest time. So this is going to be a big back and forth until I can hit mana number 4. Let's see our opponent play another one. Nope, Witness of Tomorrows. That will survive. Okay, Starlit Mantle mana's up. That's going to be annoying. Oh, he's going to move it. That's also going to be annoying because now it's out of range of my removal. Do hit the Traveler's Amulet. Kind of mistapped that mana. Oh well, but I do. Because being able to hold one up, it's okay. Because I can do Erosis Blessing. No, I still don't have the mana for it. I should at least do Erosis Blessing and Caliphate. Yeah, we're way behind at this point, but we still have a full grip, so we might be able to... And our opponent's flooding, sort of. He's thinking if he should move it. Okay, we hit. Again, this is counter magic mana, but I have to pull the trigger. If it resolves... I should at least take out the other flyer. Does he have Starlit Mantle? Nope, doesn't have Starlit Mantle. So I can actually now swing. Kind of back in the game. Sort of. If I can get another mana, I can actually do Eros' Blessing, then combo to do the last point of damage. So it's a matter of keeping this Blood Aspirant alive. Also, the interesting thing is, yeah, I just cast Eros' Blessing, heal the 4, ping, then sack probably an Eros' Blessing just to ping for 1 so it can keep the creature up. Yeah, sure, we'll take the 7. Wait. Actually, no. We have enough creatures to get Chain Web Arachnia out. So at least, so that's the least I could do. Bring Chain... Gravebreaker Lamia. That's our it's a 4/4 lifelink. So I could just... It's gonna be a painful sequence, but we can remove one of these 4/4s. One of these X4s at least. Okay, bins a land. Yes, the problem is, it looks like our opponent doesn't have escape. So he's probably... Moving this one to here is gonna be kind of weird. Okay. So... Let's see, because I can Eros' Blessing this, then sack to ping is down. Then at least I'm not worried about flyers anymore at that point. But this is also another way to not worry about flyers. I'll be annoyed if our opponent does have the counter spell. Yeah, I'm 1 mana shy. That's the problem. But I just need something to block. That's it. One more mana, yeah, I would have then been able to sacrifice the blessing and whatnot. I'm just waiting for opponent to draw their final death at this point. I have to assume they have at least one. That card's a common, for crying out loud. I can play Nyxborn Colossus, then Petitioner to buff my life again. Opponent's gonna re-equip there. I think he wants to force a trade. I can also refuse the trade for now. Let's hope I don't die as a result. At the very least, if I can draw one more... Okay, one more mana. Nope, not one more mana, but... I can swing with this one to gain a ton of life. So far, our opponent doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. It's X plus 0, so... A At least I can kind of kill these two, barring pump effect. Otherwise, I should focus the damage first on... Okay, that's... Still holding back the Theros' blessing. I kind of want to play... Yeah, I really want to play one of our removal spells at this point, but... If our opponent gives us the option to trade... Oh, it's giving... Okay, let's see what he does with this. Yeah, it's gonna choose the Arachnir first, although I can just... It'll be a while before I get to buy it back. But that's just to clear the way for his Witness of Tomorrows. Oh, he skips. Let's see if he has a counter spell. At least counter spell means I start refilling. Alright, that's Libation. He has multiple removal? Then, oh, he still has to cut. Okay, sure, resolve. He's down to one card though, so let's see, 4 cards, including this. So I need one more card in the yard. At least we're just kind of trading back and forth. Equips to that, that makes sense. So I just need to snipe the bottom to not die out, not die quickly. Underworld Charger can't block, so that's a that can buff, but can't block. So let's see. Has reach, but I'm probably not gonna block this. I'm actually down to... So let's buff our board a little bit more. Deny the Divine. Okay, last counter, sure, which is perfect because of all the things I don't want countered, it's... Of all the things I don't want countered, it's these two. And we know, yeah, we're still one card shy. Down to 8, not too worried. Cast Nylea's Forerunner. Let's see if that... I just want... Yep, I want to identify that card before I do Warbriar's Blessing. Yeah, that... Scry... Might as well scry one since you don't like what... He's quite a bit of cards to the bottom, so we can assume that... Yeah, definitely taking out the Witness. So, buffing that health. Now it's only a matter of time before we rebuild our board. Temple Thief. Yeah, I'd equip that. I will end up taking 4. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's break the symmetry. This is time to break the symmetry, people. And of course I'm going to choose destroy target artifact. Yeah, and just like that we're back to the races. Opposing Shadow Spears, that would make for very long games. So it turns out, yeah, the destroy target artifact could be relevant. There are actually other targets for this one. The Entrancing Lar is a good target for this. Altar, maybe not so much. Well, maybe could be good also. Opponent's not gonna bite the bullet. Let's see if our opponent counters this, but at this point, if it's... Okay, sure. Resolve. So our opponent literally just built a counterspell deck. Also note, he can't block with Underworld Charger, so this is still a free swing. Opponents... I'm assuming that of the cards in our opponent's hand, he doesn't want to... Only the top 6 or 7 are still useful for our opponent at this point. Mar Triton, Death Touch, ooh, that's a problem. It does mill... Okay, mills out another counterspell, so... Opponent was going around that strategy, sure. We don't have any straight removal per se. Mirror Shield would have been nice. This time I'm gonna help him offer trades. Now, pairing this down might not be a great idea. Well, he can't block anyway, so... Okay, let's just take out Caliphate first. So the plan is just to keep swinging with these guys. Towering Wave Mystic. We do have another Blood Aspirant. Didn't draw it. Still trying to take out the Triton, so I'm just throwing these guys under the bus. Oh, he's just gonna take the damage? Sure. Okay, I probably have way too much life at this point, so I'm willing to let the Nexus Wardens die. Not that he's gonna swing with the Mara Triton. Opponent's down to 9 cards, of which... Well, 10 cards. Based on what he milled... based on what he's tried, yeah, opponent conceded that point. He's down to the last of his useful cards already, and I still have more. So not so bad. But I really need to remember to fix that mana base. Okay. So yes, we have we need 10-7 at this point. Oh, 10-7 definitely. Yeah, that mana base was so wrong. Still doesn't mean that we won't get problematic mana, but at least it should be less likely that we'll be riding so close to the edge. The fact that we're able to survive after riding so close to the edge is okay. So this time we're missing the red mana, but I don't mind turn 1. So turn 3 Wardens into turn 4 Herald. Not too bad. Okay, Caryatid. Interestingly, if I can somehow get red mana... Nope, not there yet. Let's go with a Grove Dancer. Sure, that's not a problem. Considering the lack of any real rush, and also the lack of... Well, he has 2 mana. So this could be a combat trick. If it is, I want to get it out of the way now. So, this time we're missing red, but... I think I'd rather have this problem considering how many... Oh... Now we really need the red mana. So what does this do? Okay, so we will make a 1/1. Yeah, oh yeah, now that it reminds me, I am missing Return to Nature and whatnot. So let's play Nyx Herald. And this is damage to a player, so actually holding this back is not such a bad play. Or letting Chainweb Arachnid die is also not such a bad play. Okay, we'll pump that. No attacks. 2/5 will hold back 4/4, though this is asking to be hit by a... Okay, that one's not too bad. Okay, that one's bad. Entering maintenance soon. Okay, so this is definitely gonna be the last game of the night. Come on. Dawn Evangel. Take... Well, nope, still has that mana floating. So now... This is first strike, so yeah, I'm just gonna have to block with this. Not looking so good at this point. Also, 4/5 versus 5/5. Yeah, we're. I guess this is probably a good time to. This is a good time to lose the game, I suppose. So let's see, where are the ones we have to block? Definitely want to block Siona. Definitely want to block one with the Caryatid. We'll take the hit. Probably has tried Phalanx Tactics, but... So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, it's not that bad. Could have been worse. Still staring down a really bad position though. So I guess if I draw my 6th forest, I guess I can just play Nyxborn Colossus. Now, whatever's happening here, probably... Yeah, probably the server maintenance thing. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit problematic if our opponent doesn't move the triggers forward. Well, there could be any number of possibilities. At the very least, I take out the Caryatid. Yeah, this is not a great position for us. We really need the red for this one. If we don't get the red, we at least get this, but... Well, we get to survive. Hold on. Okay, let's say we block this, then we block... Yeah, because this will just be like... This will just be a 2-3, the rest 2-3, 2-2, everything else is a 1-1. What's up with our opponent? Oh wait, you know what? It's possible we're the ones who disconnected. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, let's see what goes. Actually, from all that sounds, yeah, it looks like we're the ones who disconnected. Always remember, it's... And Ominous Sun. Okay, so it didn't quite disconnect just yet. Okay. Not too bad. We have a Gift of Strength now, so we can actually kind of block. Yuck. So at least it's a 5-8, so even if our opponent has to try an tactics, we get to... Oh, we get to actually... We get to actually blow our opponent out a bit. But he gets to return the creature back, but he doesn't get the commanding presence, which was the important thing. Oh, he actually goes for... Oh, he's going for both? Wait, how many can you return? Return target. Oh yeah, because there are 2 enchantments. If an aura... Oh. Okay, wait. That is weird, but you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it at this point. Opponent empties it out so to get this and make an... Maybe more soldiers, so we're not out of the woods yet, but... Okay. I guess I now have to cast this. So no attacks again. Still waiting for that red mana to kick in. Sentinel's Eyes, sure. He's not gonna swing though. Okay, so let's say buff this. This makes it into a 7, 8, 8, 9. I guess it's worth it. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, he's afraid I might have a Gift of Strength, so... Okay, so let's take out... Okay, this is the board he gave us to block, so... Let's actually keep these 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I guess we take one of these out. but that doesn't... Okay, that doesn't do anything. So he'll get one return trigger off this. Point is just, I need to simplify this board. Gets to return one creature. Okay. Then let's cast the Grove Dancer. And let's equip onto Nexus Wardens, because that's the safe one. Opponent doesn't have enough cards for this. Oh wait, he does. He's just only 2 cards. Okay. So he makes another token, but he's nowhere near to breaking the board. Finally hit our red mana, so it's a question of what do we cast. Okay, let's see. Actually, Erosa's Blessing is probably a good one. I'm gonna target Siona. Because this is her engine. Basically, we want to take out engines as much as possible. That said, I'm gonna pass. I want to swing with the Grove Dancer, but I want to do it equips and whatnot. Okay, Glory Bearers doesn't really do much for our opponent. Well, sure, make some of these guys put some of these guys out of reach. So now we got ourselves a blood aspirant. I'm actually concerned because our opponent could just... Yeah, we probably should have taken out the Dawn Evangel first. Because what can he return? Actually, it's only one target can be returned. Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, there's the 4/4. So he will get the Grove Dancer back. Oh, it's only... Yes, he will never get this one back, so I guess that's okay. So we are one... We're still 1 card shy. Whoa, he drafted all the Sentinel's Eyes. This is gonna be long and drawn out. It's a good thing he took this one out. And he's gonna start filling up the board to recast this one. Thankfully, that's the one card I did not want to see. Recast Sentinels to make it 4. Okay, sure. If he can't swing with that this turn, so that's good news. Warbriar Blessing. Okay, that makes it interesting. But I want to take out the Dawn Evangel first, so... No attacks. I missed out on some chance to gain life, but I don't think life gain's the problem at this point. And now I can start Heliod's Pilgrim. Let's see what he gets off this one. My concern is that he has actual removal and it's not just all Sentinel's Eyes. Indomitable Will. Okay, still a buff effect. I'm crossing my fingers that it's Indomitable Will and not Indomitable Will plus gift. Okay, the way he stacked it, it's literally just Indomitable Will. Okay, so we'll let that resolve. So it's a 5/7. So 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're not. So we're actually gonna ping this one. Sacrifice the blessing. Hey, not too bad. So more importantly, we can now just for Traveler's Amulet. Sack the Traveler's Amulet. Get the leather. So we are now in the position where, yeah, we can just block the Grove Dancer with Arachnir Plus. So our opponent's not gonna go for that. Reverent Revelers doesn't do much for us. Opponent's down to 17 cards, so opponent's more likely to have a problem. No, I'm not destroying target artifact. So basically we're just building up the board. Fingers crossed our opponent does not have a Shatter the Sky, though that will help us more than our opponent. So what are we waiting for? Oh yeah, we have the 5/3 enchantment creature that gives everyone trample. We've already That's a problematic target. It's a good thing that we already have a Chainweb Arachnir out. Not a good time to be flooded though. That's annoying. I guess an argument could be made to equipping the Chainweb Arachnir at least get 5/6 level. Opponent goes for that. Yeah, so this is gonna be very long and okay. Tempting, but no. I'm just gonna snipe the hero. Re-equip Shadow Spear onto the Typhon. At least force the board to pare down even more. Or force our opponent to take damage. I'm fine with that too. Also note that if our Setessan Skirmish is about to get a buff, that first thing I'm going to do is sack something to the Blood Aspirant to pump it. So far, no Vanishing Light style effects. Yeah, opponents stop playing around at this point. Yeah, Shadow Spear is kind of nuts as a card. I like it. Opponent does have an effect. Triumphant. Okay, so gonna destroy the creature. I don't want him to gain life, so at least we're now in the position where we can just keep growing the Blood Aspirant. We need... how many more cards? 4 other cards, so I need 1 more card in the graveyard. I guess I could sack a creature. Okay, that's a 6/7. It's technically a 6/8. I am willing to throw my entire board onto the Grove Dancer. I keep saying Grave Dancer. But you know what? I'm gonna pass this turn. Because it's not... our opponent is the one who has to respond with removal. He's down to 10 cards. We have a 3-card buffer. Hero of the Games. We've used up all our... yeah, we've used up all our targeting. No, we still have another Erosis Blessing. So... we haven't quite used up all our targeting effects yet. But our opponent knows only Maritime before I sack something. Just waiting for that juicy target. Or waiting for our opponent to make a mistake and attack. Because I can wait here. I can do this all day. Basically keeping the 1 mana up to... okay, Arasta at the Endless Web, so... makes a bunch of 1/2s, so we can't exactly snipe them. But at this point, that's not exactly our problem. That's not exactly our problem right now. Another Blood Aspirants. Okay, opponents go down to the last 7 cards. There's the Reverend Revelers. I'm gonna hold this back in case our opponent has a problem artifact. So... it does mean I will probably just sack the... I'll probably just go sack, take out... no, I don't want to take out Sentinel's Eyes because the last thing I want to do is buff this even more. Actually, you know what? Let's not do it at all. Let's force our opponent to do something. Because our opponent is the one that's about to run out of cards. His opponent needs to deal about 41 damage, and he's nowhere near that position. We're both played out 13 lands. I know I'm holding 1. I know Okay, 14 lands. I'm gonna be so annoyed if he has a way to reshuffle his graveyard into his back to his library, but that's generally blue. Okay. Grove Dancer's a kind of decent target, I guess, for removal. But still not too worried about that. Okay, there's a Forerunner. Yes, trying to be God's Pilgrim, so he's down to his last 3 cards. One of these could be an aura. Yeah, but yeah, the likelihood's that he's out of cards. Yeah. I don't have Furious Rise here, so I'm not going to be able to make that mistake accidentally. Citizen Petitioner. Ooh, this one. I only need to put one more creature in the yard. Yeah, I'm just kind of styling at this point. It's really bad manners. Yeah, this one's really just BM, but I'm gonna keep this one because I still have a card that boosts power based on devotion, so I'm gonna hold on to that. So interesting turn of events. Opponent's down to 2 more draw steps after this. He's at 15 lands. Is he gonna attack? I know I wouldn't. Yeah, if you're wondering what makes Nexus Warden so busted, it's this. Basically, it's only 2, and sure, I've been gaining some life with Shadow Spear, but that's only been keeping me back at 20, right? But right now, there are enough triggers to you actually gain. The opponent's down to their last card in there. They got this turn and the next to pull some action off, and he's not gonna do it. 15, 16. I guess that's game. Gonna hide the. Still gonna hide that card. Nope. Elspeth conquers death. He can target something, but I can just sack it in response, I guess. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's not sack it in response. Sure. Yeah, this is a very... Lotus is designed creatures you control. Sure, but with no trample effects. Does it even matter? Okay, so let's do the math. This is... Okay, so got 5/7, so has the blockers. Block. This doesn't have. This has trample. You know what? I'll just take the 10. This doesn't have trample. So I need to... I can block this with this one. I can block this with this one. Okay, so this is 10, 24. Okay, that just cuts me down to half-life. And... target... 777. Man, that was meaningless. I could have just killed it with a pump. Oh well. Okay, 28 life. What's his last card? Sentinel size. Last card's a land, so I guess it's a good game. And our opponent concedes in that point. That game's gone on way too long at this point. So I'm going to call this one. We definitely have a part 2 on this. So yeah, nice fixing that mana. We managed to overcome some problems, even if it took us a long time getting that red mana. So all in all, I'm liking this deck that we've drawn so far. And we're on maintenance already, so definitely gonna have to stop at this point. That's it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. We'll definitely continue this. I'm also at the time I'm doing this, I probably have to do another Brawl video at this point. I've drawn enough satyrs. Maybe? We'll see. That's it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Stay tuned. Come back again for the second part. And yeah, have a great week, everyone. Take care and God bless.